not about taking sides. It's to analyze the documents, videos, and facts we asked for from prosecutors and police and what they gave to us. At the end, you can decide what you think and how that shapes your view of Ecker's guilt, as decided by a jury, or as his family believes, his innocence. December 16th, 2022. It's the holidays. A peaceful, snowy night in downtown St. Paul, Minnesota. Surveillance cameras capture Alexandra Pennig and Matthew Ecker strolling down the street after leaving a bar. They go into Pennig's apartment building. Ecker opens the door for her and they stroll in. Everything appears calm. Less than an hour later.
911, what is the address of your housing? Is she alive? Is she breathing? No. Okay, I'm going to get medical dispatch on the line. One moment. What's your first name? My name is Matt. Okay. How long ago did this happen? About 4 minutes ago. All right, they're on the way. Do you know where the weapon is right now? It's right on her. It's right. Okay. Oh my God,
Police rush to the scene. Ecker lets them in at the building door. They race up the elevator. Ecker is bent over, hysterically crying. They race to Pennig's apartment. They enter her bathroom and find a gruesome scene. Pennig is lying in a pool of blood from her head. She has a single gunshot wound to her left temple. A pistol is resting on her left shoulder. Her left hand is on top of it. Pennig was right-handed. Officers try to maneuver around the space. It's a very small bathroom.
Let me get the gun. Look up. Move.
Officers take the gun and remove the bullets. In the hallway, officers are trying to calm Ecker.
Keep breathing.
Florida, you can finally play real money games on your phone, powered by Pass Motor Racing. And Hard Rock Bet is the only place to do it. Play exclusive games like Oink Oink Oink, only on the Hard Rock Bet app. Download and play now.
Officers ask Ecker what happened. He admits right away it was his gun.
It's my gun. In my backpack.
It was in your bag?
Yeah.
How much she got it?
She just grabbed it.
How does she know that you got a gun in the backpack?
Because I told her it wasn't there.
She told her today when you got it?
Yeah.
Did she make any threat before that she was going to kill you? Herself?
She just grabbed it and put it to her head. She went into the bathroom and left it to her. How did you get in there? I broke it. I just like slammed into the door after I heard the shot.
Were you guys arguing or something?
No.
Did she say anything?
We're friends.
Okay.
She is a girlfriend of mine. Oh my God, I'm married. And she has been, my girlfriend on this distance for like 2 years. And I'm a terrible person for that.
Do you live by yourself or with your
My wife and 4 kids.
Okay. Does she know that you have a
A
relationship?
wife and 4 kids. Ooh, children. Woo.
Pennick and Ecker had met 2 years earlier. Pennick was getting her degree to be a registered nurse and met Ecker, a nurse practitioner, while working at the same
The beginning of
hospital.
something beautiful.
Our relationship was
I'm super excited to see this. I'm super excited.
I love her.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Were you guys arguing when you got back?
There had been a documented argument, though, earlier in the evening, not between Pennick and Ecker, but between Ecker and Pennick's boyfriend, Shane Anderson. Pennick and Anderson had been dating for a few months. Ecker knew about Anderson. It wasn't a secret. In fact, Ecker tells police that Pennick and Anderson had a volatile relationship, and just that morning, Pennick had called Ecker, saying that Anderson had just assaulted her. Pennick wrote to Ecker via text the morning of December 15th. He just showed up at my house breaking, hit me in the face, she wrote. Ecker tells Pennick repeatedly to call the police and to take her apartment keys back from Anderson. Anderson later tells police he was at Pennick's apartment that morning, but that he didn't assault her. Ecker calls out from work and starts driving the 3 hours to St. Paul from where he lives in Fergus Falls, Minnesota.
I came here because her boyfriend came, and so I came here. Help her feel safe. Because I was worried that her boyfriend would come. Yeah. And that was weird. Oh my God.
Ecker admits to police that he and Pennick had been drinking all day. A lot. Pennick's autopsy showed she had a blood alcohol content of 0.22, nearly triple the legal limit. But law enforcement never performed a BAC on Ecker. Here you have Ecker telling police over and over they had been drinking all day. Why do they not run a BAC? I asked the St. Paul Police Department about that, but they said they can't respond because the
Hi,
case is
beautiful.
under appeal.
I'm doing good.
So
Thank you
you're
so
3 different
much.
bars.
Correct.
And what
The thing
happened
that
at
I'm
one of
going
those
to be
bars
making is
becomes
I
a
want to
concern for
make a
police. At
do-rag, but my
12:32
version.
a.m., only
So
2
I want to
hours
see
before
what my
Pennick
brain
is shot,
creates
surveillance
and comes up
cameras
with. But I'm
capture
making
Ecker
the
and Pennick strolling
the
into a
strap
bar.
right now. That's what I'm
Ecker
making right
says
now.
Pennick
So I'm making
knew
it
Shane
lengthwise.
Anderson
I'm
was
just
going
gonna
to be
work
there,
on long.
but he's
I
there
want it to be like
with another
27
woman.
inches,
Instead
hopefully.
of
But
sitting
if
next
it
to
needs to be
Ecker,
longer, then yeah.
Pennick walks
And we're
around and
watching
sits
a
on the
married
opposite
dad's
side of the
affair
bar,
exposed by
closer to Anderson.
secret
The woman
something.
Anderson's with leaves, and he strolls over to talk to Pennick. This is when things appear to
I
become
hope you're
heated, at least
you're having
according
a
to
beautiful
Ecker.
day.
Ecker walks over
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
puts
making. And
himself
thank you for
between
the
them.
one beautiful
Tensions
fish. Appreciate you.
escalate.
Thank you for the one like. Thank you for the 4 fish. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Exactly happened, but
I'm not gonna be chatting much on this because I'm really focusing and I don't know what I'm creating. I know what I'm creating, but I don't know how it's gonna come out. And I'm also having a little date with myself. Decided to take myself on a little crochet date. I have my little flowers. Ate some Zilia Sospra, you know. Have my lime juice.
she pulled it, and I said, "What are you doing?"
Lime aid.
Police continue to
Lemonade, but
document the
with
bloody
lime.
scenes in Pennig's bathroom.
See the blood on the toilet and the sink. Can you see the shell casing?
At the same time, they begin to
Delicious.
zero in on Ecker.
But yeah, so let me keep going.
They're skeptical if his reaction is real.
Ever sue the person who hit you after?
I might have to.
For a car accident. I just got $100,000 for an accident I was in last month, and I didn't sue. I didn't have.
I might have to retake that whole entire. Hiya. Thank you so much for coming. I might have to take this out because I feel like it's going to go wide, and that's not what I want. I might have to take out that row based on what I just did. But I hope not.
To go to court, and I didn't have to deal with insurance directly. Listen, if you've been in a car accident recently, most people have no idea there's actually a way to get massive compensation without any of the traditional legal hassles. Everyone thinks they only have two choices after an accident. Accept whatever crumbs insurance throws at them, or hire expensive lawyers and spend years fighting in court.
See,
But there's actually a third
it's
option
going
that's
wide on the
helping
side,
accident
so I
victims
do
get
have to go and
life-changing
take it out
settlements in
because
just weeks.
yeah,
After my accident, insurance offered me $7,000.
yeah. Gotta take that route and this route. And not go that wide because that's where I went this way.
I was frustrated and didn't want to deal with the stress of hiring lawyers and going to court for years. That's when I discovered the 2025 Crash Connect Compensation Program. This isn't just another legal service.
Oh, I should probably count, then I know how much I'm supposed to have now.
It's a complete program that was recently launched to help accident victims bypass all the traditional.
Yep. And here's my nest.
Roadblocks and get the maximum compensation they deserve. But here's the thing, not everyone qualifies for this program. I used their qualification tool to see if my accident met their criteria. I answered just a few simple questions about what happened, and within
Please.
seconds, I found out I qualify for the Crash Connect program. That's when everything changed. Once I was accepted into the program, they assigned me a specialist who handled absolutely everything. No more. dealing with insurance adjusters trying to lowball me. No more worrying about upfront legal fees or court dates. The program did all the heavy lifting to get me maximum compensation. The result?
Ah, thank you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Return to sender too. I made this. This is a prayer cap. It captures all your positive energy. It's made with rayon from bamboo, as well as these are glass beads from Sweden. And this is Egyptian cotton.
$100,000 deposited into my account.
To make
All because I qualified for a program that
you
most
get
people
more
don't
of my
even know
little juicy
exists.
juice.
But I'm not the only success story. Take Lisa.
I only have one left.
Officers are also trying to understand why it took Ecker 4 minutes to call 911.
So that you waited a little bit to call, please. No, I looked at her, I ran back out, and I couldn't find my phone. Did you touch her at all or move her?
I
did, yeah, absolutely. Where was she? She was laying where she was. I tried to hold this thing, I just the hole in her head, and she was trying to breathe. She was trying to breathe, and you were trying to stop the blood? Yeah. So how did you try to get first aid? I'm an NP. Okay. Like, I understood that this was just done. She just, I tried what I could. So, and I know that, and I just have to, because I have a medical exam. I get it. Like, I tried to do what I could. Okay. And then I washed my hands. And then I washed your hands. Correct. That's why I don't have anything. And that's your lead.
The officer goes to the bathroom. The sink is bone dry.
Why don't we have you come to headquarters, you guys?
Hundreds of miles away, Penig's parents, Jim and Mary Jo Penig, have zero idea their daughter is dead.
I had talked to Alex the night before. We were talking about me being stuck in South Dakota, and she was looking forward to coming
here comes
out for
Ra.
Christmas.
Shine your light on my skin. Help my epidemics grow.
Totally took us by surprise.
Feed my soul.
The Penigs
Yeah.
Their daughter. Alex had struggled throughout her adult life with substance abuse. Court records from the state of Minnesota I found show that she had her license taken away twice for DWI. She also suffered from bipolar disorder, depression, and ADHD. She was on a host of psychiatric medications. She told Ecker in a text days before her death that only recently had she started taking her meds regularly. Years prior, in 2016, she swallowed a bunch of pills all at once.
Add the W in it, or it still means driving like drunk. Or DUI means, is it just for alcohol? And then DWI is for like weed or anything like that?
And she never did that again. I can imagine it was difficult to see.
We must make this at least 27 inches because it's gotta go, like it's gotta like hang.
Yeah, it was very hard.
Because it needs to wrap around.
I think it took us a long time to understand some of her challenges.
Alex always tried to get better, to be better.
Alex was a fighter. She was a survivor. She was full of life. She was beautiful inside and out. She was good to those who other people would step over. She would be that person that would pick somebody up on the street, that would cover them up with a blanket, go get them a hamburger. That was Alex. That was her soul.
She loved animals and people. Her dream was to be a registered nurse. She enrolled to get her degree, but had to pause her education to get herself back into recovery.
She was doing great, sober, had, celebrated complete sobriety from any alcohol, any drugs, had been sober for almost 2 years.
At Pennick's graduation for her licensed practice nursing degree, she spoke about her previous struggles.
During this time, I fought through the cruelty of mental health and substance abuse issues. With a painful past and fear of my future, the only thing that had kept me going to make a better life for myself were those inspirational words I would play over in my head at my hardest times. You must be a nurse.
After graduation, Pennick enrolled in a program to get her registered nursing degree. She moved to Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and met Ecker while working at a hospital. That's when Pennick's parents say their daughter had changed.
I think her personality, she just got irritable and just, kind of distant.
She started drinking again. Pennick's parents say they didn't know it at the time, but after Ecker's arrest for her murder, they started to rethink things.
Her lifestyle had changed, 6-8 months into living up in Fergus Falls. It was not a good lifestyle.
I'm super excited to see this. I'm really excited.
In the 2 years before her death, Pennick had trouble keeping a job. She fell into debt. In August 2022, 4 months before her death, police arrested her for DWI. She spent 2 weeks in jail, ended up pleading guilty, and had an interlock device put in her car. She was put on 2 years of probation. A week prior to her death, she lost another job. But in typical Alex fashion, she kept trying to get her life back on track. And only 12 hours before she was killed, she had an interview for a job at a children's hospital. Nothing could have prepared the Pennicks for that snowy day in December 2022 when a sheriff showed up at their house in Minnesota.
I forget exactly how she stated it, but I'm extremely sorry to inform you that your daughter Alex passed away last night. And I said, what happened? She said, well, we're still working through that.
One of the Pennicks' first phone calls after getting the news is to Matthew Ecker.
She talked about this person as a friend. I learned that he was married, and then once we confronted Alex, that he was separated from his wife. She kept saying he was just a friend, though.
So every now and then, Mary Jo
Oh my
Pennick
gosh,
would talk to
pretty
Ecker about her
beautiful.
daughter
Thank
and see
you.
how she was doing. So
And
when
I
she
got
gets
one
the
fish.
news,
2
she
fish.
calls
Thank you.
Ecker
Appreciate
thinking
you.
maybe he
This is
has
how
more
far we are
information.
so far.
But Ecker is already in custody.
No idea.
No idea, none, that he was involved, that he was even with her that night until we found out from the investigators.
And then they learn even more. Not only had their daughter and Ecker been romantically involved, but Ecker had been supporting Pennick financially for a year and a half. Between June of 2021 and December of 22, Ecker had given Pennick $28,000, mostly for rent, but he also had been buying her booze. He fell into major credit card debt and had maxed out 2 credit cards. They also learned that Ecker had been refilling Pennick's meds for depression and anxiety, even though he wasn't her doctor. The messages between Pennick and Ecker days before Pennick's death show the two communicating at length about refilling her various prescriptions.
In my basement,
Anna!
I have a huge bag of 8
I'm
months
making
worth of
something.
meds that he prescribed her. And if you open up the pills, they're all there. She never took them.
At the same time the Pennicks are learning about Ecker's involvement in their daughter's death, Ecker's mother, Terry Randall, is as well.
I called the detective and I said, you have got to tell me what's going on. I need to know what happened. So the detective said, your son is charged with murder and it doesn't look good for him. I was absolutely shocked that he had been having an affair.
There's no possible way Matt would ever do this to anybody, ever. He has the softest, kindest heart that I know. Yeah,
I'm making something up, but it's gonna be a do-rag type.
Okay. There's no way he would harm
You
anyone
too,
like that. His goal in life was to help people the best he can. And that is what he wanted for Alex, was to help her.
He couldn't just walk away from her because he cared about her.
Both Ecker and Pennick's families believe that at the time of Alex's death, Ecker and Pennick were no longer in a sexual relationship. They were friends, at least that's what the two told their families. Randall says her son told her that that night he had had a tough conversation with Pennick.
Matt had told her, I just can't keep supporting you financially. I want you to take one of these jobs, get on your feet, do better.
At the precinct, detectives
do better. He's cheating on his wife with a woman. What?
Tell me about your guys' relationship.
This person.
I go for about 2 years. I'm married, obviously.
And he's been providing her with booze.
Not something I'm proud of from that standpoint, but I care about her. I've been open with her, I've been honest with her. And she's been open and honest with me. We understand.
Oh, whoopsies. Sorry. Let me put it back. The camera back.
Would later uncover texts Pennick had sent to Ecker in the days
I'm just trying to have you be able to
She tells
hear.
Ecker she had been incommunicado the day before because she had to, quote, shut herself out from the world because she needed a mental health break. She writes to Ecker on December 14th, 2 days before her death. I am not very hopeful at the moment about life. Ecker responds, it will get better, Al.
I've known her for the last 2 weeks. She's been sad and upset with shame, with work, a lot of stuff. I know she's been upset.
I think we gotta make 5 more links of these.
Not only did she have a BAC 3 times the legal limit, but she also had high levels of Valium, Prozac, amphetamines for ADHD, and Trazodone for depression. The medical examiner said some of the levels were so high that they could be considered toxic or even fatal. While the state's medical examiner couldn't determine whether Pennick died by suicide or homicide, she testified at Ecker's trial that some of the circumstances were inconsistent with suicide. When pressed by Ecker's attorney about whether she was aware of the messages Pennick had sent Ecker in the days before her death about not being hopeful about life, the Emmy said she was not aware of them.
We all have points in our life where it's sad, and we're going to share that information. I mean, it's if she has somebody that she can talk to, and it's a release for her. And I think that's what she was doing.
So if people point to these text messages and they point to her life having a lot.
What? Thank you.
Minds, it does
and I got 2 fish. Thank you. Oh, let me show you the view that I have. While I'm crocheting. This is why I have decided to start crocheting more outdoors, instead of just crocheting more in my car because I also have to practice keeping my spine straight, so this is gonna work. But let me show you the view.
Participating in the wedding, I didn't sense anything that
come
was
on,
the end.
tell me this is not so beautiful.
Back in the police interview, Matthew Ecker tells the detectives he should have left the gun in his car, but he was worried about Shane Anderson possibly coming to the apartment.
So, you say that she grabbed your gun out of your bag. How did she know that the gun was there?
This is like, this is my treasure. Yeah, and these are the colors I'm working with right now to make this my beautiful no baby. This is the show that I'm watching, That is the food I already ate, my dear. I subscribe. That is my lime juice. That. Oh, this is my gloss for my crusty little lips. This is the cloak that I'm making, like Moses' cloak. This is flowers that I found. I picked up flowers. Look at these. These are my sandals. These are my toes. I did my own toes, by the way. I did them myself. Yes. Because, people be going crazy about, how much they're going to cost you to put nail polish on you that they paid, $7 for? I'm like, no. I appreciate your talent, but no. And especially because it's not 100% organic. Yeah. Somebody's playing music in their car. Oh no, I need to stop dancing because I feel like that person may want to shut this up, and I'm not want to talk to nobody right now. Especially because I'm crocheting. Good. I gotta sit up straight. Let me know when I'm looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I gotta train my spine to sit up straight. Can I get a hat like that? Yes, I have a website. I also have my Instagram page. I think everything I put on my bio. You can definitely go look into it. And this is made from rayon from bamboo, so it's very good material. This is glass from Sweden, so they're all very great. And I'll add patches. I added that patch, and it's a prayer cap, and they are for whenever life goes like this. You put it on, and positive energy, prosperity. You alchemize just prosperity into your life. I'm really excited to see this durag. Because I'm also going to add beads to this durag. Because, I think everything I'm going to do nowadays is going to have beads.
If you live in Florida and have a good driving record, you're being scammed by big auto.
No hard time believing things were good after you got knocked out by your ex-boyfriend. Maybe you played it cool at the bar.
I stepped in between them and the was on the ground. And the bartender was like, hey, this one's on me. I had a drink. We sat there. I was fine with it. I don't have any, I'm not a big guy. I understand that when I get into the house with somebody, chances are probably going to get it. I was standing up for her.
Detectives asked Ecker repeatedly if he and Pennick had fought that night.
You guys weren't arguing or anything? There's no fight with you two?
Oh, I was looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame a little bit. Nobody said, hey, nobody hooked it up. Nobody said, you're looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I need to be told that I'm working on my spine. I'm working on my, I need help so I don't have to be looking like this. I need to be, every time I start slouching, let me know.
Including why he and Pennick went back downstairs.
I need to sit like I
He
have
had to go
poise.
out to his car to get his earpods, and she said, well, I'm going to go down with you because I don't want you to be out there alone with this guy running around, She was afraid he might come back.
The video shows Ecker walking far in front of Pennick. This time, he lets the door almost close on her. She follows him into the cold night. Investigators don't think Ecker was going for his earpods.
You didn't have to go for a little walk to cool down?
3 minutes go by. Pennick returns to the vestibule. She appears unsteady on her feet. She pulls out her phone and reads some messages. They appear to be social media messages. Her family says she looks agitated.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like a case from the UK.
4 minutes later,
Ecker
Ecker returns. They exchange some words. He keys them in. Pennick opens the door.
And
she
Pennick
uses
sounds
her
very
left
UK.
hand, something Ecker's attorney points out during Ecker's trial. Pennick doesn't hold the door for Ecker and walks far in front of him through the lobby. Ecker shrugs his shoulders, hands out. Detectives believe the two were fighting.
We know our daughter. When you see her in that festival, she's mad. I know her mannerisms. So she was either angry that fight happened or whatever.
There was a challenge of
It
some
was a
sort.
challenge of something.
Something else stands out to detectives. Ecker's clothes are spotless. Strange given the blood-soaked bathroom.
Matthew, what were you wearing tonight?
When that incident happened, I didn't like this.
Okay. What were you wearing earlier in the day?
I had this pair of jeans.
Pair of jeans?
I had taken the jeans off and put shorts on. We went into the bed.
Bruce Rivers, Ecker's attorney at the time, says Ecker's impeccably clean clothes is proof that Pennick shot herself behind a closed door.
He didn't change his shirt, and he didn't have a drop of blood on him.
But police also question, how did Ecker stay so clean if he was manipulating Pennick's bloody head to try to help?
That was here-ish. And I grabbed the gun and put it on my chest, and I was trying to, like I said, have medical training, and like just for some weird reason, I just was like trying to hold the blood in her head. That made no sense to me. I didn't know what else to do.
Did you try CPR on her?
I wanted to call 911 because honestly, doing CPR at that moment, bullet under the head. I don't think that would have hurt anyway. So
There's somebody fishing. While I huff and puff, I'm gonna. I really don't care for dropping a stitch.
And then I went to try to find my phone. I couldn't find my phone. That's when I grabbed your phone and called 911. No, I don't. It's just the emergency. There's that emergency. But did you happen to wash the gun at all? No. Yeah. Clean up her hands or her at all?
Yeah, this person is fishing right there.
Police.
People don't keep any of the fish in here. They just
They're all
fish.
happy. And then all of a sudden, you guys get there, and 5 minutes in, she goes in your backpack.
Kind of looks like my baby. My car right there.
And then
Kind
you
of
watch
looks like
her do
it.
this.
But it's not him.
And then she takes the gun out of your holster, which I think is a snap holster.
Definitely. So we got this.
Taking my jeans off.
We gotta make sure it goes down here at least. Down here at least. So we got at least one more going for this to fit around my face. Bro. But we're gonna need it to go a lot longer.
Because right where your jeans are,
So it's gotta go like, it's gotta hang
big is really big.
like this and this.
She's going
I'm
into your
super
bag.
excited to see it.
You didn't snatch it or anything. You just.
I had no idea what she was doing.
Okay.
Like I said, this came so on flu for me. I had no idea why she was doing what she was doing.
I don't know if you guys.
I'm gonna go on car. Ganhar esse manche, porque outro dia só foi um café aqui, manche. But we were female from that.
No, I did not.
Hello.
I did not. I mean, it went off when she was in the bathroom with the door shut. Hand to God, I swear by that. All day long, that door was shut. That gun went off when the door was shut.
Never a dull moment in the Sunshine State with Real Money Gaming.
He must see something.
Oi, fuck you.
We got a big fish. He's gonna eat it. I don't think they can eat it, can they?
Powered by Pass Motor Racing. Keep things cool and play it smooth. Only on Hard Rock Bet. The wins are out of this world. Download and play now.
Police believe the door was open. They point to Pennick's legs, which were straddling the door when they arrived. suggesting the door was ajar when she collapsed. They asked Ecker about that.
When you nudged the door,
I didn't hit her. That was the thing. I didn't hit her foot that
okay.
I think she was backing off farther. I mean, after I had picked up the off, I hit the door pretty hard, so it's possible that I did hit her foot.
You know, I don't make anything out of the fact that the door was between her legs. That is 100% speculation. I tried to keep that out of the trial, and it just didn't make sense to me.
Why does it not make sense?
We demonstrated throughout the trial that there was plenty of room for her to be prone like she was.
But police theorized that the door was partially open and that as Ecker and Pennick struggled at the open door, Ecker reached his arm around and shot her in the left temple, causing her body to collapse and her legs to split perfectly between the door. That also protected him from any blood spatter. Rivers argued at trial that the state's medical examiner, though, didn't note any signs of struggle on Pennick's body. But detectives uncover a piece of evidence in the bathroom that they believe proves that Ecker broke down the door first and then shot Pennick. A small piece of metal from the door lock. It was found under Pennick's shoulder. Prosecutors say this proves that Ecker broke through the door,
I'm telling
shot
you,
Pennick, and then she
my
fell
goal
on
is
top
to
of
have
the piece of
you
metal.
one day
They point to
be
how the top of
crocheting
the
with
metal
me.
touching
So let me
Pennick's
show you
body
the
is
view.
bloody,
Let me show
while
you
the
the
other
view so
side
that you
closer
can
to the
see.
floor is clean.
Wait.
Rivers says the metal piece could have ended up under Pennick
somebody
after an
fishing. We
officer,
just caught
as
a
you can
nice
see on the
fish.
body cam,
There's another
trips
fisher
over her
there.
body while trying to check for a pulse. Or he says Ecker could have pushed it there inadvertently while he was trying to help Pennick.
You know, when he was manipulating her head, looking at the wound and stuff. So that, I mean, that easily could have happened.
Police asked Ecker about the damage they found throughout Pennick's apartment that
And of course,
suggests
I'm on a little date with
violence or
myself.
struggle.
Decided to take myself on a date today.
There's a
So
broken
I
light
take
fixture.
myself on dates, you know, probably once a week. Okay, like maybe once every 2 weeks, but I hang out with myself 16 hours of the day. So 16 plus. I hang out with myself every hour of the day.
Shane.
My goal is to have you do something amazing as well.
Police go
Like
to Shane
whatever
Anderson's
you like to do, be doing with me while I'm online. Hello. You look like the fairy godmother.
apartment the morning of December 16th.
I know,
only
but I'm saying you
hours
look like
after
it.
Pennick's death.
So, one of your friends was injured last night?
Last night?
Yeah. And I'm thinking that
Ooh, I can feel my back hurting, so I
last
gotta sit
night.
up.
Who? I have a witness that says you were with Matt Ecker.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay. And Alexandra? You know Alex Pennick?
I know who Alex is. I've been dating her.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right now you're dating her?
I have been.
Oh, sure.
So I don't know.
Did you see her last night, by chance?
I didn't. I didn't run into her last night. No. I don't know. I haven't been talking to her. Is she okay?
She's passed away.
He says, is she okay? No, why? You have to say she's a floozy. She be touching on other men. You need to say that exact word.
Talk to the investigators.
Oh. Please.
It's very important.
I need to understand how.
And the best way to understand that is to go talk to the investigators. They have all the info. I don't want to give any information. Yeah, and I think that would be best to get it straight from the investigators. I can't share all that. I don't have all the information. The investigators need to chat with you.
At the precinct, Anderson admits to police he punched Ecker in the face at the bar.
You said she shows up at the bar and camps with some guy, right? Yeah. Did they sit together? They did. They sat together.
Right away?
I believe so. So is that why you didn't go up and talk to her right away? I didn't go up and talk to her at all. I was like literally sitting there minding my own business. And the dude came up to me And so I hit him.
So Anderson has just told several lies to police. He knows that Ecker and Pennick didn't sit together because when he went up to Pennick, she was alone. And we see on the video that he did go up to her, even though he tells police he didn't. It's unclear if police ever tried to clarify these statements with Anderson. Officers do ask him if he had seen Pennick at her apartment that morning. This time, he tells the truth. He says he did.
Did you take her keys yesterday, Mom? No. She took her keys back. In the past week and a half, she has given me the keys and then taken them back multiple times.
Okay.
She's been drinking a little too much lately, and she's like not supposed to be drinking when she's on probation. And so she gets a little like kind of crazy at like when she drinks, and I didn't talk to her almost like for most of the day, but then I don't have a phone right now because my phone was taken the night before, and so I was messaging her on Facebook, and so she was a little upset about that. She was like, don't talk to me, but she like says that, like she does that, but then
Somebody casted. So now the two young men are standing next to each other, fishing next to each other. Another cast. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. No, can't do that one. Back here again. Sure. Man, we just took out 4 in the blink of an eye. Jeez. I'm hearing a cast every, 3 casts every minute. Doing it and conquering it. Oh, phone's at 15%. If it dies, it dies. Let's hope we get to the length that we really need to hear, and then we can start off with the. I want the do that to come out. I love bad witches. I love good witches. That's my effing problem. And yeah, I cast spells. That's my cursing problem. That's a little thing that's in my head.
You guys had not wanting to get physical? No, not at all. Hey. So she ended inside of her apartment. There was a broken light fixture.
How about there's what appears to be like
Oh,
someone
it's
taking
not
a chair and
450?
slamming it
Why
down.
did I think it was like 3 or
I
something?
don't know what that's
Not from you?
No,
Sun
the
setting.
door in the closet door. That
Sunrise,
was,
sunset.
That was me, yes. Okay. I didn't put my hands on her, though.
The autopsy performed on Pennick found that she had extensive bruising throughout her body, her arms, legs, and her shoulder. The medical examiner testified at trial that the bruising could be consistent with a domestic violence dispute that morning. Anderson says he didn't assault Pennick. I asked him to sit down for an interview for this story, but he declined.
Please tell me what happened to her.
Cops got called there last night on a person reporting that she shot herself.
It's not it. It's gotta be. Yeah, at least.
She know much
Yeah,
more
at
pills.
least. But really, it's
She
gotta be
hates
down
guns.
here. On both sides.
She said that to me before.
So I have to do a whole length of basically this.
She doesn't. She has
This
scissors. I
has to
literally
be
had to
done
cut pizza with
again.
scissors before.
At
So I
trial,
will need
Ecker's
a whole
attorney
nother
showed
length of
jurors
this.
these pictures of Pennick.
So I need this
They
2
weren't her
times
guns.
to have
They
this.
belonged to a neighbor in her apartment building. That neighbor
It's done
testified
again.
at trial that
I'm
Pennick
not turning
merely
it
wanted to
around so I
pose
can
with the
have it
guns
back.
and didn't seem to have any experience handling them.
She
Hated guns.
was. I don't have guns. We're not gun people. She had never fired a gun before. She had knew nothing about them.
There's no way she shot herself. There's no way. She didn't do this. I don't think so.
Detectives make their suspicions clear to Matthew Ecker. First, there's the obvious. Pennick was right-handed, but the gunshot was to her left temple.
She had it down here first. And she cocked it. Left hand cocked it, but she ended up holding it to the left hand. So I remember. She got to. She's not so weird.
Later gunshot residue, or a GSR test, of Pennick's left hand showed gunshot residue and that her DNA was all over the gun. Strangely, though, Ecker's DNA was not found on his own gun. This discrepancy would become a big topic at
Pray
Ecker's
for
trial.
him.
Did you maybe act like
Pray
before
that
you got
prosperity
up and
and
washed your
abundance
hands and
falls
went to
upon
grab the
him.
phone, maybe
Pray
you
that
grabbed
he
her hand and put it back on the
I
table?
didn't know I was
that
trying
he
to move her around.
Okay.
prospers.
It's possible.
Pray for that.
Okay.
Because
It's possible.
a man shouldn't run from their
And her
shadow.
hand is completely clean. Her hand looks like there's no blood on your hand.
I pray for everybody.
My recollection is that the gun was not in the blood.
Although Pennick's left hand may have looked clean to investigators, there was blood on it. The medical examiner noted in her report, writing Pennick's left hand had scanty, spattered blood. Police questioned Ecker on why there's no blood on the walls.
There's nothing on the walls.
But there were specks of bodily fluids, slight blowback on the mirror and the poster closest to the door. It's documented in the crime scene photos.
Stay. Sorry, I should have. Oh, too close to me, huh? So close. Far behind.
Have you guys heard of the Arson app?
How much more of this food?
I got
I switched the case. Oh, the sun's going out. Oh, hunchback. Getting up. %. Phone's up 10%. And it gets to 5%.
Alcohol replacements. Here's the real winner and why. This makes you gain weight, messes with your sleep, and leaves you feeling awful the next.
Here comes the sun again. Because the big
over the phone.
Whoa. Jeez, nice.
Okay, fine. I don't want, I don't, whatever, just keep me at bay.
So that was
right.
That was the outcome of the situation. Is they take kids for the weekend.
Fine.
Just get out of my hair.
Fine.
Vacation.
Correct. And I'll be back Tuesday. Make sure that you have the kids dropped off at school. We'll do.
We're gonna let it load a little. Get outside as much as you can because the sun is good for your bones. That's the tip of the day. Get outside as much as you can because the sun loves your bones. So you won't be like deficient as you get older. Get as much sun as you can. Uh-oh. I'm guessing this is the last one or the second to last part of the sunshine we're gonna get before it really goes down. Sunrise, sunset.
I don't want to go.
The Popo are going. They're chasing somebody.
We're done. Like, I'm done. Okay. Then, I tried to be civil about things, and he came back, and like, look, okay, I just want to talk to you. We met at, like, Chocolate Factory, sat down and talked, and I'm like, I just want to be able to communicate about the kids, come up with a plan, a schedule, whatever we need to do that way, and he wanted to talk about a relationship, and he, why can't we give this a try? I mean, you're not giving me a fair shot, and all of, all of that, and just several emails from that time on about trying to stay together, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, I just don't feel like I can do this. Like, I'm just not scared of you. I'm all, I'm on pins and needles, like sleeping with the enemy. I can't do that anymore. It's just, I don't trust you. All of it. I mean, I had all the conversation with him. I told him how I felt, laid everything out. And then some time went by. Now we're kind of at the end of.
How did the meeting go?
Someone's rollerblading. I rollerbladed like 2 days ago.
Like, I just thought, I don't want to be back in a relationship. This is actually where my stance was. Then there was, like, several weeks of, I'm having panic attacks. I'm anxious. I can't sleep at night. This is killing me. And just, all of, like, the breakup, heart stuff, and I just, kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt you. There's no, I'm not, I want to be able to communicate with kids. I want to be able to get, that, that's what's important. And then it would go into, well, you're screwing around, blah, 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 blah.
From Zach's point of view, he visited Sadie's apartment due to her lack of response. Approaching the door at 4 a.m., he discovered it was unlocked. He had no idea that Sadie was abroad, and his children were staying with Rebecca. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
All right, Zach. Currently, you are in custody. As you're aware,
We're conducting an investigation. Prior to us talking to you, I want to read to you your waiver of constitutional rights, all right? It basically states that you, Zachariah Anderson, have been advised of your rights by myself, Detective Correa, the Kenosha Police Department. Sure. Do you understand the rights that I currently have with you? Yeah, okay. So, we're investigating a case of stalking involving your children's mother, Sadie. Sure. All right. So that's what we want to talk to you about. Okay. Can you kind of tell me what's going on? What's up with your guys' relationship? What's been happening, going on?
Well, so we were together for like 12 years. And about 6 months ago, she flipped her script pretty hard and went from being, primary caretaker of our kids to barfly, And so she, to my account, has picked up about 4 boyfriends. She had made comments to that effect to our daughter, and she's been chasing around with whatever guys, to my understanding, will buy her some blow. And that's how she's been spending her time. They reopened the bars in Wisconsin last week, Friday or whatever. My kids were at the bar 2 days in a row, So I submitted for custody of the kids on the 8th, from the retained attorney. I submitted for custody of the kids on the May 8th. May 8th. And then she countered that, filed on the 13th or whatever. She's had a list of accusations about me stalking her and otherwise. And I have gone to check some information on her. And I have looked to verify some things like whether or not she's going to the bar and that kind of thing. But really just for the purpose of the custody help, because it's just going to be a mess. And what I can tell you is, to my understanding, she, like around Christmas time, so we have twin boys that were born on Christmas Eve, and it was supposed to be my day with the kids, my Christmas with the kids, and just there you go. Yeah. And I went over there, and our daughter wasn't there, and I said, all right, we went and picked up a Christmas tree, and we went to have set up the Christmas tree at her house because she has primary placement of the kids, and so put it all together and that kind of stuff. I came over in the morning, all the kids were supposed to be there, daughter's not there, and I'm like, maybe about 11:30, asking her, are you going to go get, this is supposed to be my Christmas, the boys want to open their presents, it's, almost every holiday or whatever. And she goes, I'll show you, I'll show you.
Yep, here comes the last bit of the sun.
I'm supposed to have the day with the kids. This is our Christmas, right? You get the kids tomorrow for Christmas Day itself, but, what are you shitting on the day for or whatever? And she tries to hit me with the broom in the face, just spins around, tries to cloud me with the broom in the face, and turns to this big old exchange between her and I, shoves me in the door 4 times, and I scream and runs outside, calls the cop.
After this incident, Zach was arrested. One notable distinction between the discussions detectives had with Sadie and Zach is that Sadie's interaction was treated as an interview, whereas Zach's was clearly an interrogation.
So Olivia went into my cell phone and saw a text message from Leo that said, good morning, hon, or good morning, love. And so this was, I don't know, I could probably look. Back in April, I'm going to say. So she was upset because she thought that he was saying I love you and I was saying I love you, and she didn't know this person, and she was wondering, she's concerned, I'm dating somebody and I don't know about this or whatever. So she told him, and then he told me, well, Olivia found a text message, and so you're dating somebody and you love them, and I just went into everything, and I'm like, wait a second, we're not upset that Olivia breached, crossed lines and went into my text message, isn't that what's more important here? And then, so that just started kind of, what did Olivia tell you? I don't, really. What she told him? She told him something, I mean, she was upset, with me, and then, goodness gracious, this is so much. I mean, I swear I couldn't make this up if I tried. This is just unreal. This kind of, what is going on here?
She was upset going through the relationship, so she told
Oh, people saying I gotta say bye.
That kind of snowballed him.
Hiya! I am definitely going to turn off the live now because my phone's at 3%. I thought it was gonna be, I was gonna shut it off at 5%, but it's at 3% now.
And then, so there was one day, and I can't remember what day it was, but she's like, Mom, you need to tell the truth.
See how far we
Zach was like, so you're texting some guy, or some guy's texting you, and da 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 da. And I'm like, look, I already told you, Zach, that I've seen someone, so, you know, I've already been honest and upfront with that. There is no like secrets.
Definitely gonna go.
As far as Olivia,
So I need to make
to her because
this double.
There are kids, you know.
Right here. And then you'll see it in the next night. But appreciate everybody for coming in. Appreciate for the love. Thank you so much. I will the next time you'll see it. But here's what I was thinking last time. Remember when I'm obsessed with circles? My clothes, my Moses clothes. It's coming along.
I don't need to show you my text messages, you know, and even if I do show you, like, that's, I've already told you that I'm seeing somebody. You don't need proof of seeing it, you know, and he's standing there and he's just like, yeah, why don't you show her, you know, in front of him, of course, and I'm like,